Emerging from Formula 2 to make a one-car debut at Jacaré-Paguá 1985, the Minardi F1 team went on to run for 21 full seasons, developing a reputation as one of the sport's most beloved backmarkers, as well as a timely link between Australia and Imola. Based in the Emilia-Romagnan town of Faenza, only a stone's throw from Imola itself, Giancarlo Minardi's team were never well funded. Their junior roots ensured a lack of corporate culture, but unlike many of their Italian peers, Minardi seemed none too keen on hiring pay drivers. In fact, many Grand Prix winners made their prodigious debuts with Minardi: Giancarlo Fisichella, Jarno Trulli, and one Fernando Alonso, whose 2001 rookie season was so impressive that Renault couldn't resist signing him as a test driver.
So Fisichella scrapping with Alonso 15 to 16, but it's still a very significant situation. When did you last see Minardi chasing a Benetton for all it's worth?
On the other hand, it's a shame that Minardi never gave these drivers the cars to truly compete. Without pay drivers and their lucrative title sponsorships, both Giancarlo and future Australian owner Paul Stoddart ran the team on shoestrings, limiting research and development. It's doubly unfortunate because for much of the 90s and early 2000s, Minardi's engineering was genuinely decent, and it became the accepted truth that the impressively efficient aero and chassis work were being let down by some truly awful engines. Pierluigi Martini, their most prolific driver and scorer of 16 of the team's 38 total points, achieved most of his success with customer Ford V8s that the top teams wouldn't touch with a refuelling pipe. Gianni Morbidelli endured a 1992 season with Lamborghini blocks that performed more like Lambo tractors than supercars.
As we look now, Christian Fittipaldi in 4th position. He's driving the new Minardi with the Ford V8 engine. Last year they used the Lamborghini engine, and I am delighted for Minardi.
And for 2002, Minardi were the only team running AsiaTech engines, a program designed to iterate upon Peugeot's already unsuccessful No Longer Works engine. However, when the 02 season started in Melbourne, the Italian team had an Aussie ace in the hole, and not just owner Paul Stoddart. Future Red Bull star Mark Webber made his debut in front of a home crowd, and after evading the Turn 1 chaos and overtaking ailing frontrunners, he and his Minardi were in the top 6. Even an awful pit stop and losing top gear couldn't stop Webber, whose late race goal was defending his incredible 5th position from Toyota's Mika Salo, a goal he achieved when Salo spun, attempting to overtake.
Here he comes through the last 2 corners now, turns 15 and 16, and what a cheer, what a reception Webber is receiving here. The efforts of Paul Stoddart with the tiny Minardi team on his debut by the 25-year-old Australian. Michael Schumacher might be the winner of today's race, but there is nobody happier than Mark Webber in 5th.
It was Minardi's first top 5 finish for 8 years, their only points in all of 2002, and their last until their 2005 swan song.
Minardi's 340th Grand Prix, they've never won one. Albers has only qualified last on 5 occasions out of 18 this year. Normally you would expect Minardi's to be right at the back of the grid, but only 5 times Albers has been there.
Yeah, there have been times over the history of the team where they've been in the hunt from time to time, where they just had a good engine and chassis package, but generally speaking, yeah, they've tended to populate the rear end of the grid, haven't they?
There's Paul Stoddart. This is his final weekend as a team principal. He sold the team to Red Bull, of course, the drinks manufacturer who already has one team on the grid. I understand that the team will be called Scuderia Toro Rosso next year, which is Italian for Red Bull.
Minardi may no longer exist in name, but AlphaTauri are still based in the little town of Faenza, and with that, the spirit of Minardi continues. If you were confused by AlphaTauri having so many fans independent of their Red Bull overlords, these classic Italian backmarkers are the reason why.